Hey there, happy March everybody. It is the beginning of March. We had our first full moon of March on March 1st, which means we had no full moons in February. And just like January, we're going to have one on March 1st, and we'll have a full one on March 31st. So another blue moon. March 1 full moon is the full worm moon, is symbolic of the ground getting soft and the earthworms starting to emerge again, which brings all those robins back for spring. Or it's the full crow moon, where the crows start to flock up and nest for the spring and they caw a lot, noting spring is coming. Or it can be the full crust moon, where you get a freeze and thaw in the day and night cycles on a snow cover that gives the snow a crusty consistency. So it depends on how far north you live, but it's either the worm moon, the crow moon, or the crust moon. The other thing that's going on this week, Venus is back on the east side of the sun, which means you can see it in the west right after sunset. It's moved back around to be the evening star. It's still pretty close to the sun. You don't have much time now between sunset and Venus set. If you have binoculars and you've got good eyesight, look out there on Saturday evening, right after sunset, and Venus and Mercury will be sitting right next to each other, closer than the width of your outstretched finger. So it's a conjunction between Venus and Mercury again. That's on Saturday the 3rd. More general things about spring that I thought I would share with you. For those of you in the northern hemisphere, almost everybody knows the Big Dipper. It's a very prominent asterism in the larger constellation of Ursa Major. That larger constellation is the Great Bear, and many cultures see it as a Great Bear. To me, it's always been a little strange because the handle of the Dipper is supposed to be his tail. Bears just don't have tails like that. And the way you see it drawn, he's got a really pointy nose. I don't know. It's like the great anteater or something. But anyway, let's just stick with bear. Right after sunset this time of year, you'll notice that the bear is sitting tail down, nose up. He's climbing up out of his winter's den. Spring is upon us. The Great Bear is emerging from hibernation. The other neat thing, a lot of people know that the end of the Dipper form pointer stars that show you where Polaris, the North Star, is. It's very handy for navigation at night. What fewer people know is if you look at the other side of the Dipper and follow those pointer stars the opposite direction, you'll run into Regulus. Regulus is the bright star in Leo. So looking at the eastern horizon just after sunset these days, Leo is rising. There's a backwards question mark called the sickle, with Regulus at the bottom. That forms Leo's mane, arcing up and around his face. He's kind of perching Sphinx style, facing up and right. Just on the horizon, you'll see a right triangle, and that forms Leo's rear haunches. So you can see him picturing there. Leo actually kind of looks like a lion if you squint at it just right. There's another zodiac constellation there between Leo and Gemini. It's a really dark section of sky with nothing really prominent, but that's Cancer. If you look all the way across the sky, past Orion, past Taurus, there's a little group of 3 stars. That's Aries, the ram. Right now it's sitting about 30 degrees above the western horizon right after sunset. That's important because that means it's about a month away from sitting on the horizon. And around April 1st, it'll be setting right after sunset. So Aries, the lamb, there, getting ready to set. Leo is rising now. So I don't know if this is actually a saying, if this is the origin of the saying that we all know, or if it's completely coincidental. But with Leo coming up right after sunset and Aries about to set a month from now, March is literally coming in with a lion and out with a lamb. Hope you can get out there. Talk to you soon. Bye.